Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I am here for Kanata no Astra, episode 6. Last time on Kanata no Astra, I'm sure you know that we left off on a pretty interesting cliffhanger thing that I think is pretty much a misdirect. It's happening, but we're not sure about why it's happening, and I think that that's the important wrinkle here. So we currently have Ulgar pointing a gun at Luca's head after finding out that Luca's last name is Esposito, because seemingly that's a bad family name to have near Ulgar. He does not like the Esposito family. Now we know that Luca's father, Marco, is involved in some potentially shady stuff with some potentially weird bills or laws or rules or regulations and stuff having to do with what appears to be like this whole spiel that we've got going on about memory transfer and cloning and something cataloging the database of genetic records or some stuff like that. I don't know, science things. That might be a factor. Or Ulgar maybe just has it out from Marco for some reason, or the whole Esposito family. I don't know. We're going to have to wait for a reveal. At present, we spent a good chunk of the last episode following some stuff going on back home. I was going to say Earth, but I'm not sure that's correct. But back home, where all the parents are, had a round table or square rectangular table conference between all of them. Some interesting stuff, not really enough to develop any like really hardcore suspicions on anyone in particular. It's all too mysterious at this point, and we're too unfamiliar with what's really going on and what's going on in the big picture. It feels like we're catching glimpses of leaves and bark and trees, but we're not really seeing the forest at the moment, which is cool and interesting. We had some conversations in the last episode about spiciness, swimsuits, and crushes on various guys in the place. Okay, cool. And then as we've been going along, people in my Discord have been throwing around ideas and talking about stuff. So I'm gonna mention a couple of things that have stuck in my head. One is I'm still suspicious of Funi, specifically of Bigo, her puppet doll thing. The possibility that it actually has a mind of its own is there, and the possibility that it's a sleeper agent is there. Somebody mentioned that I don't believe we've seen Bigo actually speak for a while now. So that's interesting. If we assume that maybe it does have a mind of its own, then maybe it's laying low because suspicions are high. But I don't know. So a little bit suspicious of Funi, suspicious of the whole, like, why do Kittery and Funi look identical, as well as look identical to their mother when they're not all supposed to be related? There's some stuff going on there. And then someone else mentioned something, which is that Yunhua has a very distinctive mole on her face, and her mother has the same mole. Now that becomes interesting because it raises the question of, what if all of these individuals who've been sent off to die in this planet camp thing, what if all of them are clones of their parents, or failed clones of their parents, or something like that? What if this was the first test run of a group of, like, new bodies for people to be transferred into? Something like that. But raised with their own consciousness, which is kind of fucky. Issues with that? I don't think Arias is one. Kanata I could believe. Funi and Kittery I could believe. Pretty much everyone else looks a lot like their parent as well, but Arias does not. So there's something weird there. I don't know. I'm not sure if that's the thing. And then the last thing is a little bit more specific to the place we are currently in, which is this Paradise Island seems a little too good to be true. And some smart people, smarter than me, noticed some interesting things. One, there are no terrestrial creatures that we've seen. There are no land animals. And I noticed this, but I didn't put it together with what that could mean. What if the sea level in this island paradise planet does not remain constant and goes up? Someone likened it to the planet in Interstellar with the giant wave. Something that's a big threat that's maybe not obvious immediately. Because there are birds, and there are fish, and there are trees and stuff, but there aren't any, like, land animals. That could be weird. And could cause us some problems. Maybe. Let me see, was there anything else? I don't think there was anything else. The big question is, of course, what's Ulgar doing with the gun? Why does he have it? Why is he mad at the Esposito family? And can we talk him down? I'm going to assume, just because I think it makes the most sense, that it is... Ulgar is not the bad guy. Ulgar has a reason. It might not be the best reason, but he has a reason. Probably revenge. That's my guess. He strikes me as the type. I think that's enough speculating for now. Let's jump into the episode. So I have episode 6 of Kanata no Astra up and ready to go. It is at 0 seconds. There will be 2 versions of this reaction video. Picture-in-picture version with the video up there in the description. Timer-based version up on YouTube with discussion at the end. And a beep timer at the beginning to sync up with your own version of the show if you want to do that. And if you do, get it ready because the timer's going right here. I don't think I left enough time there. That's fine. Okay. Interesting that we put... Ooh. Interesting that we put Ulgar and Luca together. Considering. Maybe Luca ends up hating his dad for the same reason Ulgar does. All right. Here we are, right in the moment. Secret. All right, that's what you call an episode. Yeah. That's a gun thing. Never giving it up. Okay. All right, what do you want? Answers. All right. Explain. Dude. Yeah. Yeah. Dude, the sins of the father are not the sins of the son. Right. For real? Killed him. Wow. Okay. Hmm. Brother was a real boy. He wasn't a real boy. He started finding answers, didn't he? Wow, this is the second character with a who really looks up to his older brother that the same voice actor has played. Right? Because he's Toei. Like yours. So the hat. Uh-huh. Yeah, just randomly fell off the building. Mm-hmm. But you pieced it together. Oh boy. That's what she said. Marco. And then commit suicide. Yeah. Not a chance. Yeah, he knows his father as well as anybody. He knows what he's capable of. He doesn't love him like that. Okay. Hmm. Makes sense. Fits everything we know about him. Yeah, how'd you manage it? Oh, he just found it. So he didn't bring it aboard. Yeah, but not against the sun. Not against the dude who's cool. But he rejects that. He sees it as eye for an eye. What would convince him? Yeah. Hmm. Right. They're a lot closer than they know. I don't think so, man. Oh, Luca's a girl. I think the thing is about to happen. Oh. Oh. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Very rare, but it happens. Hmm. Hmm. Aww. Aww. Yeah. 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 It's kind of awful. Fair enough. So he's a dickhead. Okay. The kind that would kill your brother. Whoa. Yo, they are now the closest of homies. How can you be otherwise, right? Nice. It's real close. It's real close. Oh, the horizon is moving. That's a big wave. That earthquake caused a worldwide tsunami. Y'all need to take off. Y'all need to take off right now. Uh-huh. You grabbed the gun, right? One of them will save the other. Ulgar will save Luca. No, they'll be left together. Oh, shit. Alone. Oh, that's good. Okay, okay, okay. Shit. Yeah, spending a night in the open ocean doesn't seem like a good move. Oh, got a tree thing. Where's Ulgar? Self-sacrifice? Hey. Something like that. You wanna maybe let him get a hand on there? We're in this together whether you want to be or not. Water under the bridge. Nice, Luca. He's gonna let go. Holy shit, Ulgar. The cap. They'll find him because of the cap. Oh shit. Hi, Kanata. Screw the cap. We found him. Ow, yeah. uh, no. Yeah, never again. Machio would be proud. So we made it out. Everybody's fine. Cool. Aw. Shipped. But mild and transient love. Okay. That seems fine. Good. Cool. Yeah, he seems like a dick. Good. Perfect. Sup, Zach? Goes deeper. Mm-hmm. Something a little more serious. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Charles. Real enemies at home. Yep. Hmm. There's a line. All right. All right. Okay. We trust you now. It's all good, man. You know how to shoot it. You got the target practice. Aw, all right. One big family. Yeah. Oh yeah. Paradise. All right. But no other details were important, or we would have heard them. Ah. Yeah. Yeah, a little bit. Ah. No. Shipped. Mm-hmm. Aw. For now. Oh boy, there's gonna be a little thing happen. Little jealous kittery? Nah. Uh-huh. Kittery. It's biology stuff, right? Oh no. Hmm. There's only one biology class? Didn't know it. Yeah. That's interesting, isn't it? Hmm. Right. Chars? Chars? Your story doesn't line up. You weren't in my biology class. How do you know so much about it? Who are you? Well, that was a thing that happened. All right. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, I thought this was a pretty fun episode. Pretty interesting stuff going on here. I think the first thing that I want to talk about is actually sort of the formula that I'm starting to get like accustomed to. It goes a little something like this, we come into the episode with something having been set up at the very end of the last episode, some sort of cliffhanger that we need to resolve, and then the first about the first half of the episode is dealing with the emotional and relationship and like interpersonal conflict that comes as a result of that stuff, and then at about the midpoint of the episode, we switch over and like resolve that conflict, or at least mostly resolve that conflict. And then we switch over and something environmental and external, some external conflict comes at us and we have to deal with that. Usually some character gets in a bad situation, and usually Kanata's the one who ends up going and doing the thing. But often we'll have like suspicion on a specific character, and then they'll be the one who ends up getting lost, or there will be tension between them. And in this case, it's like Luca and Ulgar, there's the tension between them. We resolved it intellectually, but not emotionally, and then we get an emotional resolution for it where they work together and are both safe because of it, right? And refuse to give up on each other, that kind of thing, right? So it and then at the end we like all come back together, and then we introduce the next thing that's going to be the cliffhanger / suspicion throw onto someone else for the next episode, right? And I think you can just like rinse and repeat that with very minor changes, because it gives you everything that you want, or at least it gives me everything that I want in an episode. It gives me an answer to the big question that I came in with, some interesting, good drama, transition into an interesting like external threat that's different, the mushrooms or the weird tree things that floated up, like anything, right? Big wave, whatever. Big existential threat causes everybody to come back together, and then off we go to our next planet or to gather more food or whatever. Formulaic, but that's not a bad thing. I really like the formula because there are all these places in there where you can insert lots and lots of bits and pieces of intriguing stuff that makes us suspicious here and suspicious there, and think about stuff and intriguing. Okay. So I just wanted to shout out the formula because I think it's a good one. I think it is. And I think that I don't know how religious this adaptation is, whether it's super closely following the manga, or is it a light? I believe it's a manga. Whether it's super closely following it or, moving things around a little bit, taking some creative liberties. But if they are moving things around a little bit, I feel like when you find a formula like this that works for your episode structure, it can become a challenge, but it can also become a lot easier to figure out which parts of each section of the manga you want to include in each episode, and how to structure it all. It's cool. It's I think it's good. Yeah, I think it's good. Okay. So, things that happen in this episode. Well, first and foremost, yeah, Luca, not bad boy. Well, bad boy, but not these bad boy, Not these worst boy. Okay. He's got the gun. We're in the middle of our conflict from the last episode. Boom, here we are. But we get the explanation of Ulgar's backstory, and basically Ulgar is now free from almost any kind of suspicion entirely. So I'm gonna lump him in with Arias and with 99% Kanata, Yunhua, and I'll now give Luca that credit as well. Everybody else is still kind of a maybe. But yeah, I'm gonna say Ulgar has completely become unsuspicious to me. He kind of already was, because there was so much suspicion being explicitly thrown his direction. It kind of made me less suspicious of him. But yeah, all right, great. So we go ahead, we give us the backstory. Ulgar wants revenge, specifically against Marco Esposito, specifically because his brother was a journalist, went investigating Marco, and found something he shouldn't have. Very likely something explicitly and directly related to what's going on here, which is also probably related to the build that he was talking about passing, to the idea of cloning, and to the idea of memory transfer, and to the whole situation that we're currently in. So, all of that. So he asked his brother for a beanie. His brother always wore a beanie. He wanted a beanie, be like his bro, symbolic, nice. His brother committed suicide, but was definitely killed. great reasoning for it. Why would you buy a birthday present for your little brother and then kill yourself? No chance. And then, yep, explanation, and then it's all destiny. Some really cool shots. I like these shots. They're great. But he's got blinders on, right? He's so tunnel visioned on this revenge goal of his that it's like everything comes to me that has come to me to make this possible is destiny, and this is confirming to me everything that I believe. So the idea that they're hereditary politicians passing down to their sons is great, and there is one possible wrinkle to that, and boom, there we go. So I've never mentioned it, but Luca always struck me as rather feminine, and we just sort of rolled with it as soon as Luca said, I'm a guy, because you take people at their word, right? Like, okay. But while it's accurate and Luca is registered as and identifies as male, Luca is technically intersex, which means there's like a range. There's a book. Oh, it's still right over here. Yep. It's still on the floor from the last time that I used it in a video. It's called Middlesex by Jeffrey Eugenides, and it is an autobiographical account of life as an intersex individual. The first line is, I was born twice, first as a baby girl on a remarkably smogless Detroit day in January of 1960, and then again as a teenage boy in an emergency room near Petoskey, Michigan in August of 1974. Yeah. It's about Calliope Helen Stephanides, who now goes as Cal, and oh man, there are so many good lines in this introductory couple of passages. Like Tiresias, I was first one thing and then the other. I've been ridiculed by classmates, guinea pigged by doctors, palpated by scientists, and researched by the March of Dimes. A red-headed girl from Grosse Pointe fell in love with me not knowing what I was. Her brother liked me too. An army tank led me into urban battle once. A swimming pool turned me into a myth. I've left my body in order to occupy others, and all of this happened before I turned 16. But now, at the age of 41, I feel another birth coming on. Really good book. Would highly recommend, as it is an extraordinarily relatable book. Because while the experience of being intersex may be unique, the experience of coming to understand a body that doesn't seem like it's yours is a lot less unique and a lot more universal. Very interesting. In any case, Luca is intersex, so exhibits both male and female secondary sex characteristics. As far as we know, Luca probably has junk and other stuff. Okay, cool. Good to know. But it serves as a perfect explanation and a way of throwing even more shade on Marco, because Marco's a dickhead who basically casts out his firstborn and doesn't consider Luca to be his child, or his son at least, because of a minor genetic anomaly. So basically, he's a dick. I was going to use a different word that starts with a C, but we'll go with dick. And then the earthquake happens in that exact moment. Cha-cha! So, everything is explained. I think this is pretty cool. Like, all in all, I think this is pretty cool. I think that it's notable that literally nobody goes, what's intersex? Or, like, ew, weird, a boy girl, or anything. I mean, of course they're not going to, but, like, a representation in anime. Hey, nice, cool, great. So, there's some other little minor details that are not so minor. Luca was adopted, okay? Okay. Now, some weirdness here. If clone, then genetically identical to source of clone, right? Source of clone genes. To be intersex would be a genetic anomaly, which would mean that the person you're cloned from would also have to be intersex necessarily. So either mistaken the process, or it's not quite cloning exactly, but something else. Maybe designer babies. Probably not worth speculating. It's probably just a waste of time. Okay, we'll wait until we have more information. But that is an interesting wrinkle here because we have a genetic. Yeah, interesting wrinkle. Not super sure on the biology of this. So sorry, don't use me as a source. But interesting wrinkle. I like this moment. The being told to let it all out by his brother. That being shown that like expressing emotion this way is okay by the person that he trusted. I sort of got the vibe during this scene that Ulgar has been like pushing down and repressing everything that he's felt for this whole time. And then finally in this moment where he thinks he gets so close to his revenge and it's taken away from him, he realizes that he gains something else. Like, we get the scene where he looks at Kanata and sort of sees his brother a little bit, but also he's able to open up just a little bit and scream again. I just get the vibe that he hasn't really expressed himself in that way or let anything out since that last scream, since his brother died, you know? Okay, then we get a massive tidal wave. So whoever in my Discord was like, hey, maybe there will be big waves and stuff on this planet made of entirely ocean, and that's why there's no animals. Nice job. You nailed it. Good stuff. So then we get our let's all save each other and work together scene, which does exactly what it needs to do, which is they all save each other and work together, and it's pretty dope. And it ties in for all of them, including Kanata, who's like, yep, I've been lifting weights this whole time because fuck if I'm going to let somebody go again. It's great. And then we get some cuteness between the two of them, and suddenly I realize why Ulgar and Luca are on the same frame of the OP. It's because they're going to be really close and entirely shippable in my opinion. So, yay. They yeah, I ship it. I'm down. They're just cute. They're just cute together. I like it. So then we have ourselves a couple of minutes of kind of just hanging out around, nothing strange or weird going on. Everything's fine. Luca's teasing Ulgar. Kidori's just keeping an eye out. Realizes that Arias has been, or that Charles has been like really nice to Arias for some reason. Finds that a little interesting. So they start talking about stuff, talking about biology class, and then in this moment, Arias goes, "Huh, hey, there's something weird. I have a perfect memory, and I remember everybody I've ever gone to class with. And Charles, you say you were studying biology at the same school, but there's only one biology teacher and only one biology class, and I'm in it. And you're not. So, Charles, why do you know so much about biology? And why are you here? Are you a student at our school? Were you just absent all year for the last 4 years?" Oh, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense. Now, maybe there's a solid explanation for this, but Charles is a strong possibility. I want to say a strong possibility on that one. Was it Charles's parents who weren't able to make it? We're going back to the last episode. Hold on. We're going back to episode 5 really quick. Because I know we were missing a parent. Okay, that's Zach Walker's dad. That's Kanata's dad. Right, Wei-Lu, Lucy Lum. That's Arias' mom. Okay, that's Raffaele. Space. Kanata's dad. I don't remember who this guy is. I think he's like the principal or something, right? Who's the woman next to her? Is that Luca's mother? Wait. Speaking of the government, Luca's father, Mr. Marco Esposito, is not joining us. That's Charles's mom. She is here. Okay. It's just Luca's dad who's not here. So I guess that's not a wrinkle. So we got a very ominous, slow eye opening from Charles. Definitely leaning into making us think that maybe he's suspicious. I don't know if he's actually that suspicious. I'm not sure. He does, like, I'm still on the idea that it's like a sleeper agent type of thing, and whoever it is doesn't actually know that they're the bad guy. Funibigo situation thing. But it could be Charles. It's possible. I won't rule it out. But I don't think it's likely. I think we'll get another we'll take another about 10 minutes to dig into who Charles is, what he's all about, where he's from, where he's going, and eventually resolve the issue. And then have something happen, like a meteorite hits the spaceship or something. Something bad happens that we have to deal with, some external threat. And then lead into the next cliffhanger. But we might actually be at the point in the story where things change. We'll see. We'll have to see. I think, again, there's not much point in speculating at the present time. So I guess we'll just wait and find out next week. How about that? So let's wrap it up. I've been Teeaboo. This has been Kanata no Astra, episode 6. I really liked this episode. I thought it was really good. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, and I hope to catch you next week in episode 7, where hopefully we find out more. Should be good. See you there. Peace.